Our businesses should remain incredibly lean, I think, right from the get-go. Can you share a little bit more on your vision about that?
Oh my God, absolutely. Like creating a lean business should be everybody's goal because in the end, like who wants to pay a bunch of money to automations, to systems, to maybe assistants? And while I'm all for having support because you want to be a high achieving female male that, is able to have that support, you also still want to have a system and a business that runs lean. So of course you're increasing your profits. And here's something that I've observed over the years is so many people, they at some point get into a situation where they think, oh my God, I need more automation. I need more, I need this software that does this. I need that software that helps me with exactly the specific task. But what I always come back to is, do you truly need it? Does it serve you?
Mm.
And does it give you the results that you're truly looking for? And there are many, many times where the answer might be short term. Yes, I absolutely need that, but that's a very, very emotional point where you're coming from ooh, it's almost like a lack mindset where you're in that
Yeah.
situation where it's all like a little cringy and you're like, I need this, I want this. And then you realize like 2, 3 months go down, your hormones are back normal. Maybe you're in a weird part of your cycle, right? Where you felt
Maybe.
like I need it now. And the next week you're like, what did I do?
Oh my God, I love that you brought that into this conversation. That is so freaking true. Depending on where you are in your cycle. And hey, you know
Make
what?
different
Men get them too,
decisions.
okay?
Yes.
Everything is like, I want this now. I get it. I totally get it. I think one of the things that I was excited about talking to you about was that, when I was in my low five figure, just basically breaking ground with the business, my biggest first mistake was a software mistake.
Hmm.
I was delivered an ad for Infusionsoft, now known as Keep. I still call it Confusionsoft. No shade to them, but it's just not my piece of software. And I was invited to a webinar. I joined the webinar, blah, blah, blah. You had to give your phone number when you registered for the webinar. I ended up not going to the webinar because all of a sudden my phone started ringing and I
All the
was
time.
bombarded with calls. But, anyways, they offered me a software deal to get Keep. It was for like $500 a month. I was pre-rev, by the way. Okay. And silly
Hmm.
brained.
Hmm.
Let's guess what period of my cycle that was in. I don't know. And so I went for it like an idiot. And I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be great, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like a pain in the ass to get out of. It took me like 3 weeks to get out of a contract, but I managed to get out of it. And I couldn't believe that I was that silly to do this, but
Hmm.
I'm not the only, like I've talked to so many entrepreneurs and I'm not the
Absolutely.
only one that's done that.